Hi, today what I wanted to do was discuss maximum qualifications versus comfort level. And the reason I want to go over this today is a mistake that I see many home buyers making. Oftentimes it's first time buyers is they get a little bit too focused on the sales price of the home, the loan amount that they're going to be borrowing, when in reality they should be kind of focused more on the payment. And is that a comfortable payment within your budget? See, let me explain a little further. What happens is when we qualify you, we're qualifying you based on your maximum payment we feel you can afford, based on your income and your other debts. Your other debts consist of auto loans, student loans, credit cards, things of that nature. What it does not take into account is your lifestyle. And so let's say you're a person who really likes to travel a lot. That is not going to factor into any of our debt to income ratios. So any of that expense that you might have there. Maybe you're a family that has a couple small kids and those kids are involved in various sports that cost you extra money. Again, that does not get factored in. Maybe you're just a couple of normal folks that like to dine out a lot, eat out versus cooking at home. And again, that added expense isn't going to factor into any of our numbers when we're qualifying you. So I'm going to look to say, here's your maximum qualifying payment. What's your maximum comfortable payment that you have, so that I can kind of reverse engineer and back into what kind of a sales price you might be looking at. In both cases, not only in terms of your maximum qualifications, but also your comfort level. And then, what we're going to want to do is focus on keeping that payment, that maximum comfortable payment, kind of in sight when you're out there looking. Let me just give you an example. Let's say, for example, you are looking at a home. You found two different homes. They're priced the same at $425. You're going to put 5% down on both. So the loan amounts are going to be the same. Interest rate is the same regardless. So all of that stuff is the same. However, the one property has no HOA and the property taxes are $600 a year less, or $50 a month less. And then this property over here has the more expensive taxes, so they're $600 more a year or $50 more a month, and it has an HOA of $100 a month. So you're borrowing the exact same amount of money. However, the payment on property B is $150 a month more, and property A is $150 less, even though it's the exact same sales price, exact same loan amount. So those are factors that come into play, which is why often when I do pre-approve you and I send you on your way, I tell you, look, when you're out there looking, please, any properties you come across, please let me know. And then that way we can run the numbers, make sure it's going to fall within your budget level. And even if it's a little over your budget, but it's under your maximum qualification, now you just have a decision to make. Can you make some adjustments in your budget so that you can feel comfortable, paying an extra $50 or an extra $100 a month, whatever the case may be, because from my perspective, you qualify for it, but from your perspective, you're not comfortable with it unless you make some changes. But this allows you to have the ability to make those changes if you still want to move forward on a particular house. So I just think it's really important that you have an understanding as to what is your maximum comfort level when you're out there buying, because I really want to help you get into a home, but I want to make sure you get into the right home. So the bottom line here is, when you are looking to purchase, please reach out to me so we can go over everything. We'll get you all qualified, get you all approved, and then what we're going to do is make sure that we can keep you within your maximum comfort level, if at all possible, on the home you purchase. And that may involve really looking at a price range versus a price. So I'm never going to say, okay, look, go look for houses at 450,000. I'm going to say something more along the lines of, look at homes from 440 to like 460. So give it a range, because there are these variables as far as HOA is concerned and taxes and things of that nature. And this way, again, when you come across one you like, we just run the numbers, make sure it falls within that comfort level. So let's set your payment first, then go shopping for the house. That's the moral of the story here. I hope you found this information helpful. If you did, please feel free to share it with any of your friends or family. You can also subscribe to our page here. I would greatly appreciate that. If you're looking to get qualified, be pre-approved, reach out, call us, text us anytime. We're always here to answer your questions. You have a great day. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.